This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the movie Foodfight. Joel, it's a new year.
It's a new day.
Some would say a new beer.
Hey,
But they would say that. You know, they're like, new year, new beer. Back when I used to go to a lot of New Year's parties and get fucking wasted off my ass, you know, being sober for like, I don't know how many years. Enough, personally, I would say. Enough to keep going. I'm not going to stop. Yep. But I know a lot of people, like, it's always some redneck guy. But, 12 hits, new year, new beer. And they slam it.
I gotta say, I've never actually heard anybody say that.
You've never heard new year, new beer?
I've never been at like a New Year's party with people and ever heard anybody say
new year,
that.
new beer, dude. People used to toast it at the parties I went to. New year, new beer.
Oh. Let's go shoot off some fireworks.
Let's shoot some fireworks or guns, depending on which neighborhood we're in. I know one year I shot guns for New Year's. And
that's
I gotta
fun.
tell you, that shit's real fun and real dangerous.
Anybody who's
don't get
just
drunk
like
and shoot a gun.
Don't do that. Gun safety always important, but shooting a gun is hella fun.
Fucking fun as fuck. Like, I wish it wasn't so expensive, and
there was just some primal instinct in us all, men and women alike, where when you feel a gun shoot off, you're just, that's fun. I like that.
That's fun.
That's fun.
But we're not here to talk about guns, although I'm sure we could find a show. There you go. That's a show funded by the NRA that's about like
gun safety.
Sentient guns. Just the gun squad.
But you know all the education parts of it would be like, and remember gun safety. Now we're gonna show you a cartoon that is filled with unsafe gun,
unbelievable unsafe gun violence. But yes, we're gonna talk about Foodfight. So
how did you find this?
This was suggested to me by our former producer, Al Kane.
Oh,
and the only reason
Al.
he's our former producer is because I think he just got too busy to do his network, which is okay. And if he ever wants to start it again, we'll be more than happy to join.
We're here, Al. But yeah,
it's stopping.
This movie.
This is a tale about this. The movie is actually very unimportant to the story of. I watched a documentary on this, on how it was made, and I watched this movie. The documentary is way more entertaining. This is about how I've said on this show, producers are dumb and don't know anything. And all they bring to the table is they have money, not to insult our former producer. as that came out of my mouth. I'm talking about old money producers who just like their whole job in Hollywood is people come and like, kiss their ass and suck their dick, hopefully metaphorically, to get money for their movie. And this guy, Lawrence Kasanoff, a.k.a. Larry.
Larry.
He is like the dime standard of just motherfuckers who don't understand anything.
Do you know
at all?
Do you know what film Kasanoff is known for, Andrew?
It's not Foodfight? What's he known for?
No. the Mortal Kombat movies.
That's right. He did Mortal Kombat 1 and then Mortal Kombat
Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Your soul is mine.
Oh, R.I.P. to that guy. I don't know his name, but yeah, he Shang Tsung, the guy who did him. He passed away.
That's the best.
Sometime last year. Oh,
that's the best line.
The best.
Your soul is mine.
He was so iconic. They brought him back to be Shang Tsung in the video game.
Oh yeah,
like, that's how much they loved him.
Perfect.
So, Joel, let's kind of, because I watched a documentary on how this got made, and you're going to be able to
fill in some of the blanks. Yep.
And we're going to link the documentary. It's a YouTube documentary in the description because I'm going to tell you some stories. This guy was able to find people who worked on this movie and interviewed them, and they all have these insights about how this whole thing is just about Larry.
Yeah.
How it's just bizarre of a man he is.
So, but before we even jump into this, this movie released in 2012.
Yes.
Okay. So just as you listener, just remember the movie came out, released in 2012, because we have to go all the way back to 1997.
Yes.
Even that itself is just like, you're talking about 15 years. This movie was basically in production for. And if you watch this movie, that will hurt your brain to think about.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So, like you said, Lawrence, old Larry Kasanoff, in 97, he actually came up with the concept of this movie with a employee of Threshold Entertainment, Joshua Wexler. It started out as a $25 million joint investment with Threshold and a Korean investment group called Natural Image. The producers were expecting the foreign pre-sales and loans against the sale would actually make up the remainder budget of $50 million.
Okay.
So they was expecting a budget of $50 million for this film. Okay. Kasanoff decided to produce and direct the film with no prior experience in any animation field whatsoever.
So here's a fun little tidbit I learned from the documentary. So before this guy made Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat Annihilation, he ran this like internet cartoon site, and then there was like he also did this one segment where it's like babes. Is it babes read Shakespeare? So it's like you know, hot women in bikinis would read Shakespeare. And
man, he was using that early internet.
And then and then he had this other thing of like, this is where it got kind of creepy to me, although there's a lot of creepy shit that this guy does. And so like the other thing was like he had this like anonymous admit thing for like 13-year-old girls to like post, and they could post pictures too. That was weird.
What?
And like one guy in the documentary talks about like, he was like, I would see all these scantily clad women because he was like, this dude's trying to get a girlfriend, and he's trying to coax these women reading Shakespeare into doing like softcore porn, blah blah blah. But he was like, yeah, it was kind of gross. But I think that's kind of how I feel like he made his money to be a producer, which is very producer coded.
Okay, I did not know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll be jumping in a little bit.
All right,
more.
So he, with no prior experience in animation, he wanted to make this movie, but he also had hope that this movie would kickstart franchises with similar scenarios.
Yes,
so
I know them all.
He talked about Arcade, that would feature video games and mascots that would feature sports mascots coming to life.
Yeah, there was also not web comics, the Sunday Funnies crew.
Oh, really?
He wanted to do one of those.
Do you think
there was a fourth one? It was, or maybe Foodfight was the fourth. No, it was arcades,
mascots,
comic book short characters. Maybe Foodfight was the fourth one,
and the one that got made.
Yeah, and the one that got made. Well, this was the one that he thought he had a gold mine.
Do you think he watched Toy Story and was just like, this is genius. What else could we make a come to life? What about food mascots?
So, according to him, it's more along the lines of parallel thinking. And there were a few interviews with him where he gets real mad when you bring up Toy Story, because he's like, that's a boy and his relationship to toys. This is about a world of food mascots. It's totally different. It sounds like can never see them.
It sounds like to me someone's deflecting.
No, he gets if you get that mad and that defensive, because it's kind of
it's 100% what it is. Yeah, you just watch Toy Story.
Yeah, Toy Story. When you thought of this idea, Toy Story just came out. Yeah, that's what it was. Ain't no parallel thinking. This isn't like a Dennis the Menace scenario. This is, you saw this and you picked probably the worst one. The food mascots. Who the fuck gives a fuck?
That's okay. Arcades, I think that probably would have been the best first idea. Then maybe sports, like sports mascots and the Sunday Funny newspaper comic strips. Those would have been tied for second, but food mascots
that's the worst pick.
No one really knows food mascots anymore. You might know Captain Crunch,
Chester Cheetah.
Yeah, you might know those, but besides that, did people our age know what the fish on the can of tuna was called? Really?
He has a hat that says Charlie.
No one paid attention to that hat. Those cans are so small you can barely even read what's on that hat.
They got those packets of tuna. When I was working out really hard, tuna was a great way to get protein.
Yeah, but you ain't paying attention to the fish.
That's true.
Let's just be honest.
Nutritional fact. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's even crazier is there were mascots that pulled out.
Oh yeah, I read that.
So it was in the documentary they talk about this. So there's a woman. So I listened to this doc in my car, so I don't know what she looks like, but I know she's a woman because she said she was. But
I'm a woman.
It's actually a pretty big factor in her work relationship
with Casanov. I can imagine.
Factory. So she talks about how they have a segment with the M&Ms, and they have red, yellow, and green. And she's like, green's a lady, and she looks like red. And if you show this to the M&M people, they're going to get real mad, and they're probably going to pull out because you're not respecting their, mascots. And all Casanov and all the money people are like, it's fine. We'll just use it. And literally what she said would happen. And so Mars pulls out, and then and it snowballs, and then Chester Cheetah, he pulls out. I can't remember who else pulled out.
Whoever makes Spam, they must have pulled out, because as I'm watching this movie, I'm just picking out what mascots did they get and what mascots did they not. There was one where it's a can of Spam, but everybody knows what a can of Spam looks like.
Yeah.
But this one just said Spam on it. Like, not, so you could tell, like, oh, so you didn't get the right for just Spam?
They say Spam in the movie.
Yeah, but it's not like the authentic. They have a character model. Yeah, they had a character model for one, but it was not the like actual Spam. They literally just like in a white like bowl over the can and just had in black letters Spam on it.
So one thing that the documentary really drives home is that Larry is not only is he not knowledgeable, he's not knowledgeable of animation. All the animators say it. And then the second thing is he micromanages, but he doesn't even really do that well. So I keep going back to this woman because all of her stories are kind of the funniest. The other ones are just like a lot of the dudes are just like grumpy old veteran animators are like, this guy was a fucking jackass. But like this woman that I'm talking about, this was her first job.
Oh God.
And so, and she went to school, like her expertise was background texture. Like she was a texture background, and he made her stop doing that and animate a plane. And he goes, I want it to do this, and then a loop-de-loop at the end. And she's like, okay. And then, she does it. And he goes, no, not like that, not like that. I want to do this, and this, and the loop-de-loop at the end. And she's like, I did that. This is what you asked for. And then he'd go, make it like 10% better. And like he would say that to people, like, make it 30% more awesome. And they're like, what does that mean? What do you want it to do? And like another thing that pissed him off was like storyboards. So, we've probably gone over this before, but most animated things are, they draw them up in a storyboard and they're like, the characters are going to do this, and this. And now we're going to take these and we're going to make them move. And then we're going to add voices to them. And this is the animated show. And they fucking made him furious to just see it. Like they did a storyboard in secret and he found it. And he's like, what the fuck is this? It's like, they're all like, they're begging him. They're like, this is how animated stuff is. And then I remember that's when he's like, IBM, he teams up with them. And that's when he learns about mocap technology. And he goes, we don't have to animate fucking anything. They can just dance. And they can do. And that's why when you watch this movie, everybody, although I would love to see them behind the scenes mocap footage of Mr. Clipboard.
Please. What the hell was even that? Oh my God.
I mean, spoilers. He's a robot driven by a mascot, but
the way he moved. When I read the thing about the mocap, that was the first thought I got was somebody like walking like that?
Did they put like those muscle tension or electric muscle tensioners on like half of that like person's body? And I was like, all right, now walk. And they're like,
I did read about the micromanaging.
They said it was terrible.
Apparently, to add to Casanoff's legacy here, it was reported that he requested a nude 3D rendering of Lady X, which he would then admire during his off time.
So there were two characters that he loved, and actually one of them
a little too much.
Yeah, he loved Lady X, and he loved the Cheese Weasel, Cheezel the Weasel.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, he was like, and that's who he voices. And he was like, and he would go around talking like him to his employees. And he kept firing people and rehiring. Like, he kept on firing people and then getting new teams. So, and then I remember they had like a little concept of a trailer, and that's when everybody started shitting on it, because this was like, and this was around like 2000, I want to say 2002. 2002, yep. They have like, they're like, you know, this shit's on the news. And like, what if you turn the lights off and your favorite grocery store, even worse, your grocery store mascots came to life and they lived in a whole world? And, you know, Larry's on the TV. He's like, look, you know how most animated, and like, you can tell that this guy doesn't understand. And this is probably why this doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
Because of the technology behind it is probably pushing those poor processors and rendering software to its absolute limit.
Yeah.
His bragging right is he could use it. They built everything, and then they could pan the camera throughout a 3D environment, and they could go anywhere. So that means that this rendering software as having to render everything all at once, so they can get different shots in different places, rather than just making the set piece and then animating around it so it'll look better. And so, like, he's bragging about this, and then, like, all these critics are like, this looks like shit.
Speaking of 2002, did you hear about his report that got the Secret Service involved about how the hard drives...
He claimed that there a big part of the delay of why this came out so late is because it got stolen. And there's one guy in the documentary who, like, blows that out of the water. He goes, there's no way. Even if it was stolen, even if somebody stole one version of it, we had copies. So it doesn't matter if somebody took it. And also, I'm not sure the Secret Service, if you're going to lie, why would you pick them? Isn't their whole job just to protect the president?
Yeah,
like, do they do
you would
anything
think so.
Else?
He said it was...
I would say, if I were to lie, I would say the FBI got involved.
Yeah.
Because that makes more sense. But the Secret Service is like, they're like, Bill's doing fine. We'll find this movie for you, man.
You was making this movie for Bill? Okay, all right. Well, we got to figure this out now.
Wait, no, it's 2000.
At this point, 2000, Bush. So it would be Bush.
Yeah,
Bush would want this movie.
Hey, I want them funny little grocery store characters. I'm going to see what they're up to when the lights are off. You go find them, and you find them right now. Yes, sir, Mr. President.
I read that...
We just saw the towers fall under my presidency. We got to fix this, fellas. Now watch this drive.
I read that Kasanoff said it was a industrial espionage and a incredible complex crime. The stealing of the hard drive.
Stealing a food fight. The movie.
But this movie, man, so many delays. In 2005, Lionsgate, which had invested $20 million into this film, had a distribution deal. And they actually, it was because of Lionsgate that they was able to get some of these kind of star-studded actors to do voices on it.
Star-studded puts it lightly. This
crazy
movie is jam-packed. It's got Hilary Duff, Charlie Sheen, Eva Long, Christopher Lloyd, Wayne Brady, Chris Kattan, Larry Miller, Ed Asner, Jerry Stiller, Christine Banksy, Harvey, it's not Feinstein, it's Firestein, Cloris Leachman, like, the list goes on.
Do you think any of them admit to being a part of this?
They have no choice. It's on their IMDb page. Like they like a check's a check, I guess.
But so in 2005, they had a deadline for distribution. The deadline was missed. So Lionsgate gave another deadline for 2007. Well, guess what? Lionsgate, because of all the deadline, they start having a negative reaction. Investors start growing impatient, and basically they want their like promissory notes back.
Right.
So they want their money back if it's not done by a certain date. And this is where it basically just fizzles out.
Falling apart. It starts,
like
unraveling at the seams.
They don't release it in 2007. And finally, in 2011, the film goes up for auction and is sold for $2.5 million.
Do you know what they originally asked for? The starting bid was supposed to be $25 million.
Oh.
And they eventually had to, like, no one took it. Because all these, like, there was another person that pulled out, and who else? There was another person there was another company that fell. I can't remember who it was. But yeah, like all these companies, all the companies that were behind it started pulling out. It wasn't just like the grocery store people. And, you know, despite Twinkie the Kid being on the poster, I don't remember him being in the actual movie.
I didn't see him in the movie.
Which is funny because, okay, I see Dex, Dog Detective, and Sunshine on the poster, but they're not in the forefront. And all the characters that you would want to see is like, they're barely in it. Like Mr. Clean has a bunch of like, oh, look, we made Mr. Clean dirty. That happens to him twice. That's the one joke.
Yep. So it gets bought. Apparently there was a clause in the contract for the insurance company that insured the film. Fireman's Fund Insurance Company had a clause, and the people that bought the bought the film for $2.5 million enacted the clause, and it basically ensured that this movie would be released as inexpensively and as quickly as possible. So they invoked the clause, and they've got to get it out almost immediately. Nice. I did read animator Ken Bailey stated that the film was already ruined. There was just trying to salvage what they could.
What's even funnier is the original trailer they made in 2011 had like the hodgepodge scenes of everything that Larry had made them to.
Really?
Changed his mind. So it's like there's the original concept trailer that they made, and then there's the mocap stuff, and then there's like some other shit that he made him do. I think the funniest story is the girl I keep going back to. This is the story of how she got laid off.
Yeah.
So as I said earlier, she was the a background texturer or whatever, and Larry comes up to her because she's making her animate, and she's having to like learn on the fly how to do it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've noticed you've really been lacking in your meeting your deadlines, and I really want to know, you know, what's your problem, what's your deal? And she's like, well, you hired me to texture the backgrounds. I'm having to learn how to do this, and you have your veteran animators doing something with like motion capture. So it was like, yeah, it's going to take me longer because I really don't know how. Yeah. And this is not what you hired me to do. And she was laid off the next day.
Dude. So they released the film in 2012. Now, this film actually did get a theater release in the United Kingdom. Andrew.
You know, kids loved it. apparently. Not enough of them, but the interviews of the kids that they love, they liked the weasel.
Oh, okay, weird.
They were like, I like the weasel, Governor.
Something about him.
Something about him reminds me of my dad.
Apparently,
Cock and balls. That's me. I'm back.
He's back. Got kicked in the head.
I got kicked in the head. You can eat the cereal out of me left side, you can. Anyway, this movie made $120,323.
Apparently, for the theater release, they said it only grossed $15,000.
Jesus.
And then went straight to DVD in the U.S.
They just had watching this documentary is actually very important to understanding that there were so many people. It's like they were just begging this guy to listen to them. Would this movie be like at a Toy Story success? Probably not. Would, if he had just been like, I'm gonna shut the fuck up and let animators do. He just wanted to be involved in something he didn't understand so much. And he couldn't stand that he didn't understand. He seems like a guy who's just like, I'm trying my best not to insult the guy. I don't know much about him other than he's vaguely creepy and he's not smart. He's not smart. At least when it comes to animation, I can say that he's not smart. But it's like all these people were just like, please let us do our jobs and just go away. Like, go away. And I bet you we could at least break even with this weird idea you have.
That would have been the only hope for breaking even, I believe. It's if he would have just gotten out of the way. But hey, I saw Mortal Kombat Annihilation. I could have told anyone, this man don't know jack shit about any kind of CGI or animation. That CGI in that movie is terrible.
That's true. That he's not. He did make a few books. Oh, and in 2023, Kasanoff released a book titled A Touch of the Madness, How to Be More Innovative in Work and Life by Being a Little Crazy. And in October 2025, Kasanoff and other entertainment industry veterans formed a new production venture called the Cartoon Coalition. But he did have a book.
Okay.
And he has done other things.
I'm sure that book was wildly not successful.
I don't know. But so I guess we should talk about the movie a little bit.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
This movie is wildly offensive. And I'm only saying that in the guise that this was supposed to be for children. One of the very first things you see is a dragon who's part of Tofu, like he's the Tofu mascot, and it's just a white guy doing like super racist Asian voice, and I was like, well, we're 3 minutes into this shit show.
Yes, the jokes in it. I don't like. I get that, like in kids stuff, they like to, there's always those rumors of
over your head.
They
jokes.
are not. They are not. Like they are throwing out like sex jokes, all of that, and I'm just it's very blatant to what they are trying to do.
The potato chip is getting chip faced, although that was a pretty clever word pun.
Yeah.
It's.
But what's the plot of this whole?
Before we go to the plot, I almost forgot, and I just thought about it. So there are hours and hours and hours of Wayne Brady recording Daredevil Dan or whatever the hell that chocolate squirrel's name is, that they could not use because Larry was in the recording room and he kept making him do racist caricature voices of black people, and they could see, I think it was like one of the other guys that's in the room with him, he goes, Wayne Brady must have needed a check because if it were me, I would have walked out of that room if I was being told the kind of stuff to say. So it's like, that's wild. That's like, there are hours of just recordings that they can't use because they're like, Larry, we can't.
Why are you doing this? We can't even use this.
Those racist ass Transformers from Transformers 2 came out already, I think. We can't do that anymore. But yeah, so grocery store icons, or Ikes as they like to be called, come alive at night at this grocery store who is run by a man with massive back problems. And so they're just like, hey, I'm a dog who's a part of a dog cinnamon cereal, I think, yeah. And he's in love with a cat girl. Oh yeah, Dex Dog Detective was supposed to be a man at one point, and he didn't resonate with kid audience as well, so they made him a dog. But then they didn't want him to try to have sex with a human woman, so they made her vaguely a cat woman to sell raisins.
Okay,
it's like the least amount of effort to say that she's a cat.
They literally put like what looks to be like whiskers on her face.
Yeah, on her cheeks, and gave her cat ears. I don't even think she has a tail.
No.
Because Larry was like, that would get in the way of me looking at her ass.
I want a 3D rendering of her nude.
Nude now.
I need it.
So, this very strangely walking man comes up to the grocery store. He's like, I'm part of Brand X, and we're gonna advertise your stuff. We're gonna put our brand in your store. And because Brand X apparently covers everything, and also their icons are all Nazis.
Yeah.
So they start taking over, and Dex Dog Detective is like, Daredevil Dan, I'm coming out of retirement, because there must have been a flash forward I missed while watching this movie, because Sunshine is gone.
Yeah, it's like 6 months later after Sunshine
6 months later,
disappears.
She's dead. And so Dex runs a club for all the Ikes. Ike seems like a slur, and I'm just going to start calling them Icon.
Those damn dirty Ikes.
But I don't know why, but I feel like it's like whenever I say it, I'm going to get a letter from a marginalized group. I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew this was a slur.
How dare you call us Ikes? Oh, yeah. Sorry, guys.
That is an offensive term to the... Sorry, that's what
Charlie
Ikes. Yeah.
Charlie Tuna is going to write you a letter.
Yeah.
That's our word. Only we can use it.
Yeah. So, a fight breaks out. A war almost breaks out between the Sugars and the Salts because somebody killed a potato man.
The robot, the real walking man, steps on a bag of potato chips.
Yeah, and he gets mad about it. But then they go outside to have a fight. And then that fight happens, and then Lady X comes back to Dex's apartment, and she's like, I want to fuck, I guess.
Yep.
And they have a little dance. She's also in a schoolgirl outfit. They put her in a lot of different outfits. She's the only character. No, Dex has his club manager outfit and his dog detective outfit. And so this fight happens, and all these brands get ruined, and then the Brand X guy comes in. He goes, that's fine, we'll replace everything. And then they're like, well, we're going to have to fight we're gonna have to fight Brand X. We're gonna have to get over our differences. And they meet a penguin in the freezer section who wants to be warm.
Is that the like oh, he's the popsicle dude? I thought he was like the penguin on the like kids TV dinner thing.
No, they didn't get kids TV dinner. I loved those things as a kid, by the way.
Yeah.
Every kid did. My mom to get them.
Every kid did.
Then they're like, there's a lot of this. This movie is an hour and a half.
Dude.
It is a fucking nightmare.
I made it 30 minutes in and I was like, okay, because 30 minutes in is like when it feels like the movie should be ending.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I still got another hour of this thing?
It's like the whole battle scene, it takes so long.
It's like 50 minutes of a
like you think this movie is done at least 4 different times. And you're like, I would check. I'm like, all right, this is rapid. Like when he reunites with Sunshine,
are important.
Yeah, storyboards are super important because they teach you how to end a fucking story. Like, but what's crazy is like when Sunshine shows up, you're like, all right,
it's ending.
We're getting close. That happens at like the 40-minute marker. You still have 40 more minutes to go. You're like, I don't think I have it in me to. I did finish this movie. I even watched the little funny post-credit.
Oh, hats off to you, Andrew.
Where Larry Miller wants to fuck those 2 chocolate hippopotamuses. Yeah, because that was a weird part where they meet Larry Miller's I feel like they had Count Chocula at one point and then lost him, but because Daredevil Dan and this chocolate bat are 2 chocolate guys, he's like, hey, let's fuck each other. A lot of sexual innuendos. The one that cracked me up the most is like there's these weird mosquitoes full of the ingredient in Gen X that makes other icons spoil. She like flies them out in the battle scene and it looks like they're flying out of her vagina.
Oh, God.
I was like, that's a fun scene. That's a fun use of angles. And she's got her little Nazi outfit during the battle.
Yeah, she does.
And then there's that weird guy. There was one. See, my only problem with Brand X is there was that ugly woman who was the brand for ham, I guess. And then they had like this potato chip general. And then they had this guy who was like green and super into torture. What was he the brand of?
I don't know.
Pickles?
Maybe you might be on something. Maybe he was supposed to be Pickles.
Pickles? Might be why he was so full of piss and vinegar.
Yeah.
And then he gets defeated at one point because he's like, I peed my pants, but I like it. Very German-like behavior. But yeah, the days won. Oh, also, Dex got to finally propose to Sunshine, and you learned that there was this prune lady who used to be next to Sunshine, but nobody wanted her prunes because she was ugly as fuck. Which is weird for any. That's just bad marketing. That's not her fault.
Yeah.
So let's see. There was. I'm trying to. Now that was the plot of the movie. The plot of the movie's garbage. I implore you not to watch it. I knew this movie was bad from the get go, but the way I had to watch it was one of the streaming sites that no one's heard of ever. Whenever you got an X in your name and you're a streaming service that doesn't do porn, you're on the back end of the.
Ain't nobody using you.
Tier. Yeah.
The fact that you even had this on your streaming platform with ads.
Most definitely.
With ads.
Yeah. Oh, you had ads? I didn't get ads.
I had ads.
Where'd you watch it?
I'll look it up for you right now. It was on.
Because I watched
Zumo Play.
Zumo Play didn't play ads for me.
Mine was free with ads.
Mine was just free.
No.
Free. Dude, if I had to watch this with ads, I'd be fucking pissed.
I don't know. It was one of those movies. I was just like, you know what's funny? It said ads, didn't actually show me a single ad.
Probably just was like, we don't know why you're here, but we're gonna give you.
Here you go. We're not gonna delay your suffering any longer.
I think it's also on YouTube. Ain't nobody copyrighting striking you for having that on YouTube.
No one cares about this.
No. Animators refuse to put this on their resume.
I would. The animation is complete. No, like I would not. The animation in this is atrocious.
It's garbage. I thought it's like it's not even their fault, because it's like, obviously, if you defy this guy even a little bit, even if you tell him you didn't hire me to do this, he'll still fire you. So of course it's just a bunch of people who are, half of them are doing not what they were hired to do, and they're just trying to make this movie. And then like there were a few interviews with the supervisors where he's just like, morale is so low. Also, the place that they were, and the place, like, they called it the animation dungeon because it was dark and cold. And that woman got wrote up by management because she was not dressing appropriately, because they wanted her to wear a skirt and a blouse, but she was so fucking cold she had to wear a jacket.
Dude, I'd rather go back and watch.
Fuck off, dude.
I'd rather go back and watch like the Thanksgiving movie.
See, I was gonna say this movie would be the worst movie I've ever seen if it wasn't for the Thanksgiving movie.
Well, like, but that's what I'm saying. This movie, the Thanksgiving movie, okay, Thanksgiving had worse animation in it, but
worse plot.
But at least it wasn't an hour and 30 minutes long.
That's true. It was short.
My suffering was over a lot sooner.
Felt like an eternity.
Yeah.
It felt like an eternity, but it wasn't. This one is an eternity. It feels like an eternity and is super long.
Yep.
I mean, good God, this movie is bad.
It's terrible.
But yeah, there's so the mascot. So let's see. Okay. So we have that stork for Pickles, whatever his name is.
Vlad.
We got Charlie Tuna.
Mr. Clean, Mrs. Buttersworth. Who was the one lady behind the bowl? I felt like she was supposed to be somebody. Was she like the bananas lady?
Oh, like the Chiquita banana lady?
Yeah.
No, because she was too thick to be the Chiquita banana lady. I bet you they had the Chiquita banana lady and they lost her. Oh, Hawaiian Punch guy was there.
Oh, I didn't see him.
Yeah, he's in the fight.
Okay,
there's a few of them in the fight. Yeah, in the big bar fight. There's he slaps the shit out of that Chip guy, I think.
That was the best thing about this movie, was just trying to either guess what mascot it was or what mascot it was supposed to be. You know?
Yeah, because that Captain. Do you think that Captain Chip guy was supposed to be the Pirate's Booty pirate, or was he supposed to be Captain Crunch? But they had to use chips.
I have no idea. See, that's the thing. I feel like they probably had all these mascots lined up, but they just all pulled out. So they're like,
they kept losing more and more. I wonder, do you think Chester Cheetah would have been pivotal to the plot?
He would have been the sidekick. I bet you he either would have been the weasel or the sidekick.
I was thinking he was going to be the weasel too, but I'm not entirely sure.
Because I feel like the character model would have fit Chester Cheeto.
Well, Joel, I believe it's time to, for the first of this year, go back to your new reoccurring segment. Reviews that are full of nutrients and reviews that are 0 calories.
Ooh, there we go.
Starting off strong. Also, I would be amazed if there was a 10 out of 10 that was also serious.
Okay, all right, thank you. Andrew, this might surprise you. This is sitting at a 1.3 out of 10.
Yep, 13K reviews.
So I'm going to start out with a 1 out of 10 titled, This is Crap. This movie is incredibly rotten. It's lazy. It's lazy. That's phoned in. It's got bad messages. The worst animated movie ever, and one of the worst cartoons ever.
Yeah, the lesson of this movie is if you're ugly, know your place.
Exactly. All right, and
it's kind of fucking nuts. That's the lesson of this movie.
Like you said, Andrew, this is like I don't know what to call it, but there are actually quite a few 10-star reviews. But
they're like parody reviews.
But they are all sarcastic. You can
sarcastic reviews.
One of them is titled "Got Robbed at the Oscars." I saw one where someone just started just saying like, I used to be a beta male, no girlfriend, so this is just all sarcasm. This one is just love it. Amazing. Almost made me cry. And the animation was amazing. It may be the best and most heartwarming movies of all time. I don't know what I would do without it in my life. Everything about it is beyond excellent. The acting, the voices, the action, the jokes, the plot twist. It needs to be seen by everyone.
It does not. Honestly, watch the documentary. We're going to link it in the description.
That honestly...
It's called...
Save yourself 30 minutes, because the documentary is like 58 minutes long.
Yeah, the documentary is 50 minutes. It's way more.
It's so much better. And you'll see bits of it, because this movie, you don't need, no one needs to watch it. It's
titled Rotten Behind the Food Fight. And I highly suggest you watch it.
Yeah.
Because it's got interviews with all these different people who desperately tried to work with Larry. And, you come to Cartoon Dumpster Dive more for us shitting on it more than in the history. I don't know. We have been told we do research very well. I did watch a documentary this year.
This does go up there in, so far, the top 3 worst things we've ever seen: Lava, the Thanksgiving movie, and now Foodfight.
Foodfight.
Yeah.
Well, if you would like to support us so we can keep watching terrible, terrible movies for your entertainment, you can go to our Patreon. There we have the $5 tier that gets you stickers and pins mailed to your door. New pins coming.
Yeah.
Access to our Discord that gives you access to the mega requests, where your request goes to the top of the list. If you'd like to go to our website to make a request, or maybe visit our store, that's cartoondumpsterdive.com. If you would like to shoot us an email, that's cartoondumpsterdive@gmail.com. We are Cartoon DD on Twitter. We are Cartoon Dumpster Dive on all other social media platforms. If you're listening to this on YouTube, don't ever expect a video of our faces, but you can like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, we appreciate a 5-star review on the podcasting platform of your choice, so we can keep doing this and make food. The Patreon gives us money for food. The economy's that bad.
We need cheddar.
Right. Have a great rest of your week.
See you guys.